All right, buckle up, everybody. We are diving deep today.
Deep into Proverbs.
You got it, Proverbs chapter 9 to be exact.
Wisdom and Folly.
Those contrasting invitations, right? But we're going deeper. We're talking choices.
Consequences.
And what wisdom even means. Like, it's one thing to read it, but what does it all really mean?
Right, exactly.
One offers a banquet.
The other, stolen water.
What's the deal with that?
Well, the symbolism is so important here.
Okay, yeah.
Like, look at how Proverbs describes wisdom. Verse 1, wisdom has built her house. She has carved its 7 columns.
Not just, like, thought about it.
No.
Like, had an idea.
This is established.
Solid.
Put in the work,
Carved 7 columns. That's pretty specific. Like, those pillars represent something.
Oh, for sure.
And then this banquet imagery, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a casual little get-together.
No.
It's a feast.
It's a full spread.
So what does that tell us?
I think it says something about the nature of wisdom itself. It's not something you just stumble upon. It's not, instant.
Right.
It's effort, dedication.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like when you decide to really learn something new, like you have to gather all the information, you have to process it, and then if you're lucky, you have that ha moment, the feeling of true understanding. That's feasting.
At wisdom's table, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then, so wisdom invites the simple.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too flattering.
No, not really, but it's not an insult, right?
Okay.
The simple here refer to those who are lacking experience or good judgment. Those who are just starting out, maybe a bit naive. They're the ones who need the guidance the most.
They're the ones that are susceptible.
Yeah, exactly. They might not even realize they need it, It's like offering you a map when you don't even know you're lost.
I like that, okay. Now, folly, though, completely different approach.
Different vibe.
Hanging out in a doorway.
On the night.
Yeah, on the heights. Why is that?
It might seem more exciting, right?
Okay.
More spontaneous.
That's a shortcut.
Shortcut,
Yeah.
But it's all about appearances, no real substance.
Okay.
I mean, think about, following a trendy diet versus really cultivating healthy eating habits.
Yeah, okay.
One is a quick fix. The other takes, time and dedication.
I see. And her target audience is different too, right? It's those minding their own business.
Yeah.
Just going about their lives. Are they just innocent bystanders?
Not necessarily. They might be complacent and aware of the potential consequences of their choices, or maybe they think they've got it all figured out,
Don't need guidance.
Yeah.
Right. And then this stolen water metaphor.
Yeah.
It sounds tempting.
Forbidden.
A little dangerous.
Right.
But there's a reason why we say, if it seems too good to be true.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like those get-rich-quick schemes. They promise easy rewards, but often lead to financial ruin.
Yeah.
Folly offers that instant gratification without acknowledging those long-term consequences. Like,
Yeah.
she ignores the dead at her table.
Yeah, there's some serious red flags there.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, wisdom and folly are just battling it out
Constantly.
in our lives, whispering in our ears.
Uh.
How do we navigate this? Because they both seem pretty appealing in their own way.
That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to discern true sustenance from empty promises. You got to look beyond the surface.
Yeah.
Consider the long-term consequences, what will truly lead to a richer, more fulfilling life.
And the outcomes are pretty stark. I mean, wisdom leads to life, folly to death. Now, is that like literal death, or is that more of a metaphorical death?
I think it's both. Embracing wisdom, it allows us to grow, to flourish, while choosing folly, that can lead to stagnation, to poor decisions, a sense of emptiness.
Yeah, I can see that. And this ties back to those verses about, correcting mockers versus the wise.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, choosing who you listen to is so crucial.
Proverbs tells us that correcting a mocker, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
They're not interested in learning or growing. But when you correct someone who is wise,
They welcome it.
they welcome it.
Right.
It's a sign of respect, a desire for understanding.
It's about surrounding yourself with people who want to learn,
Yes.
who want to grow,
Yes.
who aren't afraid to admit when they're wrong.
Exactly.
Where do we see, like, these invitations playing out, in our modern lives?
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, social media is a prime example.
Oh, for sure.
It can be a source of connection and information, but it can also be a breeding ground for comparison, negativity, instant gratification.
Right.
So are we using it to build ourselves up, or are we using it to tear ourselves down?
Yeah, so it's like wisdom is encouraging us to build real connections,
Yeah.
invest in our growth, while folly is tempting us with this superficial validation and endless distractions.
Exactly.
Right.
Same goes for relationships, careers, even hobbies. Are we seeking genuine fulfillment, or are we chasing after fleeting pleasures?
It's like this constant battle.
It is a battle.
So if Proverbs 9 were written today, What other stolen waters might folly be offering?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What are those tempting illusions that could lead us astray?
Yeah, you got to think about that. What seems easy and rewarding now, but might have some hidden consequences down the road? Something we all got to be mindful of.
Food for thought. Well, I think you've given us a lot to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
It's been great.